Hello my friend, this is Alexander Marquez with another powerful video that I believe is going to help you in your life and is going to help you reach a successful business and any other goal that you might have. And this is actually part 7 in a series that I started a few months back. And there's actually going to be another video on this, so this is part 7 of 8. And I believe it's very important to study this information, because who doesn't want to be successful financially? I mean, whether we want to admit it or not, money is really important in the world that we live in. Without money, it's really difficult to get much done. So it has a great value in our world. And over the last 6 videos, I've covered some concepts that I felt are very powerful. And throughout the videos, I've been connecting the idea of how to attract money to this book, the Bible. Now, whether you believe in this book or not, I believe that if you are an open-minded individual, you will read this book with an open mind. And despite the fact that if you're a non-believer, you will see parts that you don't agree with, you have to accept that there's a lot of wisdom in this book, as I have shown over the last 6 videos, through taking you through the book of Proverbs, which is a very powerful book with a lot of ancient wisdom that we can apply today. And first I want to mention that when it comes to money, it is very important that we examine our attitude towards it. What is our attitude towards money? Because that will determine whether you reach the kind of success that is possible for you, whether you acquire the amount of money that you wish. And unfortunately, there's a portion of society that has a very negative view of money, and they view money as being, you've heard the saying, the root of all evil. So money being bad. But what I want to tell you here is that objects cannot be bad. That's a ridiculous concept. An inanimate object can neither be good or bad. Just like a gun cannot shoot itself, there has to be someone that pulls the trigger. The same way with money, it's not about the money, it's about the people that are handling the money. The money by itself has no attitude, either good or bad. Because if you get money in the hands of good people, they're going to use it to help others. If you put the money in the hands of bad people, they're going to use it to hurt others. So we need to get rid of this attitude that money is inherently bad, because it's not. It's people that choose to use the money in the wrong way. And what's really bad is not so much the pursuit of money. That's not bad. What's bad is to have an obsession and a love for money above other things that we should really probably love more. That is when it's dangerous, when it becomes such an obsession that we love money above anything else in life. So it's the love of money that can have destructive results. And some people, let's face it, are just not ready to have money. If you give a drug addict or an alcoholic money, chances are they're going to self-destruct and they're going to end up killing themselves, because they won't be able to stop giving in to their addictions. So some people are just not ready to have money. So that's another powerful concept when it comes to money. You have to be ready. Are you ready to have money? And perhaps that's why you haven't received the amount of money you want in your life. Ask yourself, am I truly ready to accumulate this money that I want? Have I become a person of very strong character, of high values? And am I ready to use this money for good? Or do I currently have what could be considered a flawed character? And am I going to self-destruct with this money? And am I going to use it for bad or immoral purposes? This is a very important question. And this requires that we have self-examination, and that's very powerful. We need to be honest with ourselves, and we need to be willing to examine ourselves, and perhaps that's why we still don't have the money that we want. And whether you're religious or not, in the religious world, especially I'm not too sure about the other religions, but especially in the Christian world, there is this custom of giving 10% of your income to God. And some people that are cynical will say, well, it's just the churches wanting money. It's just the churches being greedy. But you have to be more sophisticated than this with this topic. Why is it that the Bible urges us to give to God, to give 10% of our income, our first 10%? The Bible not only teaches that we should give money back to God, it actually teaches that we should give the first 10%. He doesn't just want 10% overall. He wants us to pay Him first before we pay ourselves, before we pay others. Why is this concept powerful? Well, this concept is powerful because when you do this, you are sending a message that money is not everything. That you are willing to place higher values, in this case God, first. This is a powerful message. You're not just some greedy individual that wants all the money for yourself. You're willing to send the message that yes, you're willing to give the first portion of your income back to God, back to something that is good. And this is something that a lot of rich individuals that have become massively successful, that have become multi-millionaires and billionaires, that they have practiced. And it has worked in their life. And you got to ask yourself, why has it worked in their lives? This is something powerful. It's because when you give, you send the message that you have a mindset of abundance, that you will receive more blessings. You're not keeping all this money to yourself out of fear that you're going to lose it. You have to get rid of that scarcity mindset, and you have to develop a mind of abundance. And the cynical side of society will say that, you know what, I like this idea of giving to God or giving to charity, but right now I don't have enough money. Right now I'm broke. I'll do it when I get rich. And this is a completely corrupt mindset, because it is not the mindset that the rich and successful have. It's actually a backwards mindset. It's not that you're going to give when you're rich. Your mindset should be, I'm going to be rich because I give. The giving comes first. It's not the richness that should come first and then we give. We should get in the habit of giving even when we're poor, because it's all about developing habits. You want to start developing the habit of giving, and this is a habit that will continue. This is a habit that will continue for the rest of your life. But habits start to get formed by practicing them from an early stage. So you want to start giving even when you think that you cannot give. You can always give something. If you're earning $1,000, 10% would be $100, which is, it's a lot. But what if you just start with 1%? What would be 1%? That would be $10, if I'm correct, if my math is correct. If not, then I apologize, but I believe it's $10. Can you give $10 out of 1,000? I'm pretty sure you can. And I'm pretty sure once you get into the habit of giving 1%, you can then give 2%. $20. See, this is incremental. It's incremental, and you could do it incrementally. But get in the habit of giving, and you will develop a more powerful and healthy view towards money. So it all comes down to attitude. What kind of attitude are we going to choose to have towards money? This is what's going to determine our destiny when it comes to money. Are we going to develop a destructive attitude towards money, a negative attitude towards money? Or are we going to develop a constructive and positive attitude towards money? Just think about life in general. What if you wanted friends, for example? Would it help you to have a negative view towards people? In a destructive view towards people? Will that be a healthy attitude to have if you want to develop friendships in this world? Or would it help you better if you had a constructive and positive attitude towards people? Well, if you had a positive attitude, chances are your actions are going to reflect your positivity. But if you have a negative and destructive attitude, your actions are going to reflect the negativity. So you have a choice to make. It's only a choice. You can make it right now. To have a positive and loving attitude towards money. Or to have a negative and destructive and hateful attitude towards money. It's your choice. But just keep in mind, because of the law of cause and effect, for every effect there's a cause. If you choose to have, depending on your choice, is the results you will get. So this is absolutely powerful. And since I've been reading from this book of Proverbs, I want to finish by reading the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 9 and 10. And it says something like this. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruits of all your increase. So honor the Lord with your possessions and the first fruit, like we've been talking in this video. And what will be the result? Well, verse 10 says, so your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will overflow with new wine. Yes, my friend, great blessings are coming your way if you choose to place the spiritual first before the material. If you choose to place God first before the material, you will see an increase in your blessings because it is promised in this book. The book of Proverbs, chapters 3, verses 9 and 10. You can choose to believe or you can choose to not believe. But each choice is going to have a different consequence, and I urge you to believe. This is Alexander Marquez. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're watching on YouTube. And I want to invite you to visit my blog at alexandermarquez.net. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video. It will be the last part 8, on how to attract money into your life. It will be the conclusion of this series. Alexander Marquez again. Take care and God bless you.